In the third and final part of my exclusive interview with Anthony Weiner, we hang out in his very nice kitchen and talk about the mayor's race over coffee. I asked, among other things, what he thinks about the current field of candidates. So, to the extent that you're thinking about getting in, people have heard that, you spent a lot of money on a pollster, and I'm curious as to what you have found out.
Well, without going into specifics, basically folks said, we like him, but we have some questions. We want to know what he's going to do. We want a little more closure on what went on, even though, a lot of folks had heard the generalities of the story. They said we'd love for him to talk to Errol Lewis on NY1 to just clear up some things. But, the funny thing, I guess it wasn't surprising in some level, is they want to know what you're going to do for me. It's kind of like, when you've had when you've fallen off the beam like I have, they want to know, well, what are you going to do to get back and do it? And so that's part of the reason why I was thinking about ideas for a while, and I finally put them down on paper. But make no mistake about it, I'd be an underdog in any race. I'd be surprised if it came out any other way.
Are you polling now?
No.
When do you think you'll make a final decision? I mean, you haven't announced.
Got to do it soon. I mean, I'm starting the process, and people are inviting me to come to things and to talk to them about issues, and I'm going to look for opportunities to talk about things as I move forward. I'll tell you one thing's for sure, I want to be part of the ideas primary, that's for sure. That primary I want to do very well in, and I want to hope it inspires a lot of other discussion about issues. I hope people say, Weiner put out 64, or I'm going to put out 75, or I'm going to disagree with this or that he had to say. But it's going to have to be soon, and frankly, the first part of it for me is going to see if my sense of the ideas that I care about, other people care about as well.
What do you make of the conversation so far? There are a lot of ideas you've put out that really have not been talked about in this race.
It's discouraging. I must confess, I'm not at the candidate forums that go on. I'm not at the other end of the conversations that candidates are having. The public debate has been a little bit disheartening at times. I think sometimes we get caught up in one or two issues, and anything else that goes on seems to be too much for at least for the coverage. Not to be. I think that NY1 is frankly the exception, but issues do get talked about in that venue. But as a consumer, which I've had a chance to be, just a pure consumer of news for a while and information, I wish there were more. But there were more ideas, books out there floating around, more decision makers out there to look at.
Have you talked to you have a connection to the Clintons in a lot of different ways. Have you talked to Bill Clinton about all of this?
I haven't. Well, I've had conversations with the president about things, and he's been a great source of support and friendship to me. I'm not going to go into details about specifics of the conversations. They're usually much more about my son, frankly, than about me. But
you are the least important person in the family. You realize that?
That is for sure, and I'm reminded of that every day, if not by Human, by Jordan, by someone else like you reminded me. But that is certainly the case. But we've stayed in touch, and their whole family has been remarkably supportive of ours.
Has anybody told you this isn't a good idea? This isn't your time?
Oh yes, I probably get that more than the other. Yeah, look, there is this notion that people have at all points of the spectrum. I mean, there are people that have said to me, a week after the whole thing went down, get back in there, and there are people that say that to me today, and there are also people that maybe I'll never persuade that they want to have me back, but I still want to talk to them as well.
Well, as we say to all of the candidates who are running, best of luck in getting your message out, and thanks for spending some time with us.
Thanks for coming and visiting. Appreciate it.